In this video we are going to talk about the biography of Peter Green, the founder of Fleetwood Mac. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Peter Allen Greenbaum, better known by his stage name Peter Green, was an English blues rock singer-songwriter and guitarist who lived from October 29, 1946 to July 25, 2020. He was inducted into the Rock and Amp Roll Hall of Fame in 1998 as the founder of Fleetwood Mac. After a time with John Mayall's Bluesbreakers, Green formed Fleetwood Mac in 1967 and immediately established the band as a popular live act as well as a successful recording act before departing in 1970. Green's songs Albatross, Black Magic Woman, Oh Well, The Green Manalishi, With the Two-Prong Crown, and Man of the World all charted as singles, and some have been covered by other artists. Green was a pivotal role in the British blues movement's second great epoch. B.B. King said, "He has the sweetest tone I ever heard. He was the only one who gave me the cold sweats." Eric Clapton praised his guitar playing, string bending, vibrato, and economy of style were all part of his signature sound. Bobby Dennis and the Dominoes, a band that performed pop chart covers and rock and roll standards, including Shadow's songs, was his first band. Later, he revealed that Hank Marvin was his guitar idol, and he performed Midnight by the Shadows on the 1996 tribute album Twang. He moved on to join the Muskrats, a rhythm and blues band, and subsequently the Tridents, where he played bass. Green met drummer Mick Fleetwood while playing lead guitar in Peter Bardens' band Peter B's Looners around Christmas time in 1965. With Peter B's Looners, he made his recording debut with the single If You Wanna Be Happy, which included the B-side Jodrell Blues. His version of Jimmy Soul's If You Wanna Be Happy was an instrumental cover. Green had the opportunity to step in for Eric Clapton with John Mayall and Amp, the Bluesbreakers, for 4 shows in October 1965, before joining Bardens' band. Green became a full-time member of Mayall's band in July 1966, shortly after Clapton quit the Bluesbreakers. Green debuted with the Bluesbreakers in 1966 on the album A Hard Road, 1967, which included 2 of his own pieces, The Same Way and The Supernatural. The latter was one of Green's first instrumentals, and it would become a signature for him. He was so good at it that his musician buddies gave him the moniker The Green God. Green departed the Bluesbreakers and formed his own blues band in 1967. Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac starring Jeremy Spencer was the working title for Green's new band, which featured former bluesbreaker Mick Fleetwood on drums and Jeremy Spencer on guitar. Green's initial choice, Bluesbreakers bassist John McVie, was not yet ready to join the band, so Bob Brunning was temporarily hired to play bass guitar. They were soon recruited to Mike Vernon's Blue Horizon label after performing at the Windsor National Jazz and Blues Festival in August 1967. Their set list was primarily made up of blues covers and originals, the majority of which were written by Green. However, others were penned by slide guitarist Jeremy Spencer. The band's first single, Spencer's I Believe My Time Ain't Long with Green's Rambling Pony as a B-side, did not chart, but their self-titled debut album did, spending 37 weeks in the UK charts. Brunning had been replaced by John McVie by September 1967. Although the band's repertoire remained dominated by traditional blues covers and blues-styled originals at this time, Green grew as a songwriter and contributed many hit original tunes from 1968 forward. Green's sound eventually moved away from the group's blues beginnings into new musical territory, as evidenced by the tracks chosen for single release. Mr. Wonderful, their second studio album, was released in 1968 and followed the same concept as the first. Green's Black Magic Woman, later recorded by Santana, was a smash in the same year, followed by the guitar instrumental Albatross, 1969, which reached number 1 in the British singles charts. Green went on to write other hits, including Oh Well, Man of the World, and the eerie The Green Manalishi, all 1969. 1970, the Chess Records Termar studio in Chicago was used to record the double album Blues Jam in Chicago, 1969. They recorded with some of their American blues heroes, including Otis Spann, Big Walter Horton, Willie Dixon, J.T. Brown, and Buddy Guy, under the joint direction of Vernon and Marshall Chess. Green's bandmates began to notice shifts in his mood, beginning with the mournful lyric of Man of the World. He began to grow a beard and wear robes and a cross after taking heavy dosages of LSD. Green became anxious about accumulating wealth, according to Mick Fleetwood. Around that time, I had conversations with Peter Green, who was obsessed with the fact that we weren't making any money and wanted us to give it all away. Well, you may do it. I don't want to do it. And that doesn't make me a horrible person, I'd reply. Green took LSD at a communal party in Munich in late March 1970, an occasion regarded by Fleetwood Mac manager Clifford Davis as the turning point in his mental breakdown. In his book, Communard Rainer Langhans writes that he and Uschi Obermaier met Green in Munich and invited him to their Highfisch-Kommune. Green went to the party with another roadie, Keane, according to Dinky Dawson of Fleetwood Mac, and when Keane returned to the band's hotel to explain that Green would not leave the commune, Keane, Dawson, and Mick Fleetwood went to get him. Green, on the other hand, indicated in 2009 that he had happy memories of jamming at the commune. Someone captured it and gave me a tape. I had a good play there, it was fantastic. It was great. There were people playing along, and a few of us were just fooling around. That's the most spiritual music I've ever produced in my life, he told Jeremy Spencer at the time. Green left Fleetwood Mac after a last concert on May 20, 1970. Green performed alongside John Mayall, Rod Mayall, organ, Rick Gretsch, bass, and Ainsley Dunbar at the Bath Festival of Blues and Progressive Music on June 27, 1970. Drums. In the same year, he recorded a jam session with the Ainsley Dunbar Retaliations drummer Godfrey McLean, keyboardists Zoot Money and Nick Buck, and bassist Alex Dmohovsky. The End of the Game, Green's first post-Fleetwood Mac solo album, was released by Reprise Records. Green also accompanied former bandmate Peter Bardens of Peter B's Looners on his solo LP The Answer, playing lead guitar on many tracks. Shortly after departing Fleetwood Mac, he had a brief reunion with Fleetwood Mac in 1971, assisting them in finishing a US tour after guitarist Jeremy Spencer had departed the band, performing under the alias Peter Blue. With Bobby Tench's band Gas, he recorded 2 tracks for the album Juju, followed by a solo single, one with Nigel Watson, sessions with B.B. King in London in 1971, and an uncredited appearance on Fleetwood Mac's Penguin LP in 1973 on the song Night Watch. Green's mental illness and drug addiction had become entrenched by this time, and he had slipped into professional oblivion. During the mid-1970s, Green was diagnosed with schizophrenia and spent time in psychiatric facilities receiving electroconvulsive therapy. Many reports witnessed to his drowsy, trance-like demeanor at the time. Green was arrested in 1977 after allegedly threatening his accountant David Simmons with a shotgun. The specific circumstances are unknown, but the most popular theory is that Green wanted Simmons to stop sending him money. Green alleged in the 2011 BBC documentary Peter Green Man of the World that he had just returned from Canada and needed money, and that during a phone call with his accounts manager, he hinted that he had brought back a gun from his travels. Green's residence was surrounded by police when his accounts manager alerted the cops. Green is focused in expressing emotion in his tunes, rather than showing off how quickly he could play, according to Robin Denslow of The Guardian. He was recognized for his soulful phrases and swinging shuffle patterns, and he preferred the minor mode and its darker blues undertones. On The Supernatural, an instrumental written by Green for John Mayall and the Bluesbreakers' 1967 album A Hard Road, you can hear his distinct tone. Green's command of harmonic feedback is demonstrated in this song. A shivering vibrato, clear-cutting tones, and a succession of 10-second sustained notes characterize the sound. Green generated these tones by using a Les Paul guitar with feedback control. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.